Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. First of all, before we start, let's quickly take a look at the higher level scenario, because I get questions from time to time because so many new people are joining the channel, which is great, but obviously need to repeat sometimes the wave structure again. So my view is just higher level, that Bitcoin is still going to make a lower low. So whatever I tell you currently doesn't come from a perspective of bullishness. No, I am rather bearish on Bitcoin short term. There is certainly some short-term upside potential that we're tracking, but also with the latest rejections from resistance areas, we need to be able to understand that every rejection from these resistance areas will make potentially a breakout to the upside less likely. So, but anyway, let's take a look at this pattern. So wave 4 peak that was here in August, and we are moving down in the last leg of an ending diagonal, which I consider an ABC structure. And then here we're looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. And this is exactly where we are now. The question is, how high do we go in this wave 4? Yeah, this is currently where we are. This could morph in, don't get me wrong, this could morph into something much more bullish. And Bitcoin could technically have the bear market low in already, but I find it very unlikely. It is, everything is possible. Because I sometimes get the questions, is it possible that Bitcoin could have the low in? Yeah, it could do, but it is not likely at all, not in the current environment, not with how Bitcoin has moved up since the low that occurred here. Was it actually October or November? November. So not since this low. I mean, the way we have moved up, this is at best short-term upside potential, but then eventually it will lead to another low. That is strongly my favorite position here. And the low could be, and that is at least the next key support area, in the region between 14 and 14.5K. I would also not be surprised if we go a bit lower. Next key support below that area would be in the 10K range, 10.5K. Yeah, and then we've got the 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level down there. Going below 10K, I can't really see. But if we have some kind of a black swan event, where we maybe have another major exchange go down or something very, very bad happens in the space, then we could possibly wick below that level. I wouldn't be too surprised, but going substantially below that level, I would say this is going to be bought up pretty quickly. Let's see. But first of all, what's going to happen here in the short term? So again, this move up is certainly not impulsive. So the move to the upside here of the November low is at best a diagonal. And so basically an ABC structure it could be, yeah. Or it is this, so first of all, so either we've got the scenario here where we're moving higher ABC and could get to the 19K region, 20K region. That's of course not confirmed yet. We are still below resistance. But this is a scenario that I think is not too unlikely. Also, given that China is opening up, this could lead to a bit of a rally in the market, certainly. So there are certain fundamentals that would support that. And also, let me just double check that. I'm not sure if that's still valid. But yesterday we spotted on the daily MACD actually a bullish crossover. That might have gone already. No, that's still... No, I think it's gone. It's gone. Because we had a bullish crossover yesterday on the daily MACD. But the daily candle hadn't closed, I think, when we saw it. Let's just see. Yeah, this has turned bearish again. So that is certainly not bullish. Okay, so that's something that we need to consider. But again, it's only an indicator. Important are the key support levels, if they break or not. We can see that based on the price structure. I mean, this doesn't look very bullish. Yeah, the way this looks like is, certainly this could all be part of a corrective wave, which then eventually will move up in a C wave. We've got that here. So there is certainly upside potential, which doesn't mean that you necessarily have to trade it. Yeah, because I've already had, comments. I'm reading comments, most of viewers, and I always read that people are getting frustrated. But please understand, there are times in the market where, first of all, things are a bit uncertain, especially on lower time frames, and especially if we are in a messy structure like that. That is not an impulse, what we've got here. Yeah, this is most likely not an impulse. This is some kind of a corrective mess. If you have such a structure, you need to be flexible. You need to be open to different scenarios and to changing chart structures. I mentioned it many times, but I want that people really understand it. Impulses make your life as traders easy and also your life as investors. Yeah. It makes the life for an analyst easy as well, because it's very easy to forecast price moves. But if we have a diagonal pattern where you have a lot of overlaps, if you have a corrective pattern which can only hardly be distinguished from a diagonal, this is the same story. And we have here some kind of an, well, certainly not bullish mess. Yeah, short-term upside potential certainly there. So that's also what I'm tracking. Yeah, but the question is, in which scenario do we go up? Do we go up in this red count, which could take us to around 19K, or are we going down in the blue count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is certainly a possibility as well. Getting above. Getting above. Let me just double check that. Getting sort of above the, yeah, sort of 17,900 level. Yeah, the 78.6% retracement would make the immediate bearish breakdown pattern, the blue count, less likely. The blue count would be confirmed. I mean, taking all of these support areas out that we have here would make the blue count more likely, and it will eventually be confirmed if we break below 15,880. And that will take us down to lower lows, most likely straight away. As long as we're holding here these support areas we have on the chart, we can go higher, either in the blue count or the red count. That's not entirely clear. But it's certainly not really going higher. It's pushing against the ceiling here. Resistance is around 16,910. Yeah, in that sort of region. You've got the resistance area. It's a very neat, clearly defined triangle here. We broke actually to the downside of this triangle, which isn't great. These would normally most likely break to the upside. But then again, if something gets too obvious, a lot of people see it and it often fails. But this was an attempt to push higher yesterday, but we failed at 3 waves, unfortunately. We've moved into the support area. The move that has happened now off the low is not necessarily super impulsive. So it all depends on the next retracement. If in the next retracement we're finding support, we could start to build this again in a 1, 2, and possibly 3, 4, 5 pattern to the upside. If we fail and lose the 16,590 level, yeah, then we are probably coming down here. Well, yeah, then we could max out here. The white support area would take us down to 16,460. Below that level, there is really only, and this going below the white support area here, below 16,460, would make the blue count much more likely. Then we've got more support here in the red zone. This is still support. And ideally, we're holding above 16,300, which is this low from the 19th of December. But anything below that will massively increase the chance of a direct breakdown. So at the moment, yeah, this could still be a 1-2 setup, and we are going up in wave 3 next. So basically an ABC, expanded flat, possible, but we've come down a bit too low for that, and the move off the low doesn't really look very bullish. So the way this is going to turn out probably is that this is going to be a deeper B wave, A, B, and then we're moving up in the C wave next after completing this move down. So yeah, just at the moment we can only take it level by level, I think, in this structure, until we finally get a decent breakout of the range, and we need to get above this resistance level, which, I mean, is between 16,910 and 16,930. So short-term downside, I wouldn't be surprised to go down a little bit lower, and then sort of in this, towards the end of this white support area will be a decision point. And if we find a good reversal there, then we still have a chance to move up. So I'm still leaning at the moment towards further upside here, at least into the region around 17.3K. Going down straight away is of course possible. It's not my primary expectation, but we need to understand that we don't have a confirmed low for Bitcoin yet, and we are still going to go down lower eventually. So the trend is still down. What we're doing here in the short term, we're trying to push against the higher level trend, but eventually I think we're going to put a new low in for Bitcoin. Okay, and that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.